you, because you've just won the Queen Elizabeth again in these colours, which have been very special to you. You won aboard Criterion, but he's back, Sir Delius.
Certainly has. Credit to Adrian Bott, Gable House and their team. I come in and partnered him 2 weeks ago in this piece of work, and I just said, look, the horse is going really well. He's not fast enough. A week later, I come back in on Tuesday morning and sat on him, and I said to the team, I said, you've done a fantastic job. You know, Adrian, all your team, I've done an amazing job, because I only get to turn up on race day and ride him. I give him some feedback in the morning, and I said, when in the spring he was flying, he was airborne. And
we needed to, but you know, it's all satisfying now.
Did you and Craig talk about how you try and make her vulnerable at 2,000 metres for the first time?
Well, look, naturally, I think we did want to be in front of her, and I think always felt that it wasn't necessarily going to have to be us making the pace, but I thought in general it would just be a genuinely run race as to what it's been here. And I think everyone else wanted to try and find a chink in her arm, and if there was going to be anything, I guess that's all we could sort of really put it down to. And we knew he can absorb pressure. His best race has been when he's on speed, absorbing those fast run races. We know he can quicken off that, and he just hadn't quite had that at the start of the preparation.
Did you want to be in front of her during the race? No
doubt we wanted to be, and the draw was crucial. I remember at the barrier draw there, I was praying we got that soft draw that we did to be able to execute that style of race, because it's a tricky starting point there. And even though she was drawn inside us, we wanted to be aggressive, and Craig was no doubt very aggressive there, even though it was sort of wide. Crucial. I remember at the barrier draw there, I was praying we got that soft draw that we did to be able to execute that style of race, because it's a tricky starting point there. And even though she was drawn inside us, we wanted to be aggressive, and Craig was no doubt very aggressive there, even though it was sort of wide for a while. Happy to be doing that, just knowing we'd get to the position we wanted to be in.
I'm sure there would have been a lot of thoughts and a lot of moments, a what-if moment in the spring. What if? Does this sort of put it in the background now?
Yeah, look, no doubt. Look, I try not to think of those what-if moments. It's difficult to think like that in this game, and always sort of try and just put those things behind you and move forward as best you can. And straight away we focused, all right, what can we achieve in the autumn with the horse, and a big circle around this race. So, look, no doubt satisfying. I'm just thankful and delighted for the owners, because they've had to go through and go up and down those rides, and these horses obviously, you know, once in a lifetime horses are difficult to come across. So I wanted to be able to really achieve that big race win for them, and we've been able to get part of the way there today.
You've got a couple of slippers, but is this right up there with one of your great moments with Gay?
Yeah, no doubt. In terms of sort of the weight for age races, I'd say this is the biggest one that we've been able to win together. I know, you know, Gay's had a great record in this race with some, you know, horses that have been fantastic for the stable over the years, but this is an amazing result we've been able to do in the partnership together.
He's all of a sudden become a very famous horse because of the horse he beat.
Yeah, well, that's it, you know. And look, he was famous for what he did in the spring, and then was quickly forgotten in those first couple of runs here in the autumn. And easy to understand why behind an amazing mare like her. But yeah, I'm sure that'll put him right back into contention once again today.
And the future's a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, can't wait. Obviously he'll go out now for a well-deserved break, and we'll focus on everything for the spring.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Final event here at Newcastle. Benchmark 68 here, Mick, over the mile.